What's up everybody, it's Nellick here. We're back with another Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth video. Today we're going to be looking at another top 10 list. We're going to be looking at the top 10 tanks in the game. Who's going to be number one? I don't know. Let's find out. So when it comes to tanks, there's a couple things we want to look at when we're ranking them. The biggest thing is going to be the provokes per turn. That's basically how many stacks of provokes a character can get, an average over 10 turns. So how many hits is he overall going to take? When you have a taunt, that's going to be basically 5 stacks of provoke per turn because every enemy character is going to have to hit that taunt. Whereas provoke, you're only able to take up as many hits as you have stacks of provoke. So if you had 3 stacks of provoke, you're taking 3 hits before your taunt is gone. Every character on this list, we take into account their ability turn order. So that's going to be which abilities they can use, what their cooldowns are, and how many stacks of provoke or taunt they're going to get over 10 turns, and then we take that average. So that's a big thing, is our stacks of provoke per turn. But there's other factors as well. Second biggest thing is probably going to be health. That's going to be how tanky you are. Armor helps a little bit in this. Another important thing is, is this tank healing back up? Is he gaining defensive? And then probably lastly, what other things is this tank bringing to the table? Is he providing some buffs? Is he providing some debuffs? And then is he bringing some turn meter or turn meter reduction? So let's get to the top 10. Psych, before we get to the top 10, I want to have an honorable mention for the wonderful, the great, the amazing Woo Betty. Oh, Woo Betty. So, Woo Betty, she didn't make this list, but she does deserve honorable mention because she has the highest damage output of any tank on this list at 8,507 total damage. She also is bringing that AoE speed down Bane. So what's really keeping her down on this list is her provokes per turn is pretty low. She's only coming in at 0.6 per turn. And so for that reason, she's not going to make this list, but she has an honorable mention. Go Woo Betty.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam, lamb, whoa.
All right, coming in at number 10, we've got Bolg. The Bold and the Beautiful, as I like to call him. So Bolg is an amazing character. He is a tank, but probably his other traits kind of outweigh his tankiness. He's a really great leader, provides a ton of damage. So we'll take a look at his leadership ability. He's basically giving 50% chance to gain advantage for 1 turn to an Orc, Troll, or Misty Mountain squad member. So that's huge. Advantage is an automatic crit, which is going to way increase your damage. And then if that character is below 50% health, this chance is guaranteed. So it's a great leadership. It's really a high damage team. And so for the tank part of this character, basically on his turn, he's going to be gaining 2 stacks of provoke if his health is above 50%. And so he's provoking, as long as he's above 50% health, he is going to gain those 2 stacks of provoke on his turn. When he drops below 50% health, he is not going to be doing that. He's going to instead be gaining defensive, which is going to keep him alive. So that is his tank ability. He's got some really other cool stuff, some good debuffs, but he's only going to come in at number 10 on this list. Alright, so we'll take a look at his stats. He's got good health, kind of below average speed, and his damage output is better than tanks, and it's about average with everybody else. And then his provokes per turn is only 1, which our average for tanks is 1.4. So he is below average, which is keeping him down at the bottom of this list. Okay, at number 9 we have Grandpa. I'm tired, Grandpa. Okay, Grimpa is the Goblin tank. He is a very good tank for the Goblins. He's going to be really popping off those, basically taunt every 3 turns, as you see this 3-turn cooldown. So yeah, that's his main strong suit, is he's basically just a tank for the Goblins, and he does a good job at it. So we'll take a look at his stats. Of course, he is a Goblin, so he's going to be very below average on health, and that's his biggest drawback. He does have a pretty good armor base, but his health is really hurting him. Yeah, his speed is good. As you can see, his provokes per turn is pretty good. It's pretty high as compared to other characters. And so yeah, he's going to be number 9 on this list. Alright, number 8, we have Nuraz. So Nuraz is a healer. He's labeled a healer, but he's really not healing at all. He does give the team a couple stacks of regeneration, but that's pretty much it when it comes to healing. So I didn't include him on our top 10 healer list video. Check that out. But Nuraz is still really cool, and I'll show you this passive right here. On turn, grant 2 stacks of provoke to 1 troll ally, prioritizing the troll Stonebreaker. So this troll Stonebreaker is a summon, basically, who does nice AoE damage to the opposing team. And he's also, every turn that Nuraz has, he's going to give 2 stacks of provoke to that ally. The one drawback is that it takes a while to summon this troll, but a little trick, if you are playing Nuraz, say the Shadow campaign with Gau's Ironhide. Gau's Ironhide is a troll, and so each turn that Nuraz has, he's giving stacks of provoke to Gau's Ironhide, who is very tanky. So yeah, that's a good lesson there. Other than that, he's giving some defensive, some cleanses, and he is giving some stacks of regeneration. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Nuraz. He does have a really cool looking skull helmet. And yeah, let's comment below, whose skull helmet is better, Nuraz or Bolg? And I'll show you Bolg's real quick. Yeah, check that out. He's got some kind of, it looks like some kind of raptor, maybe a little bird, some kind of a bird helmet. Nuraz, I think that, that's probably like some kind of troll. I'm not up to speed with my anatomy of Lord of the Rings characters, but that's got to be some kind of troll or something. I don't know. Comment below which one's better. If you're an expert on this, what type of skull that is. We'll take a look at his stats. So Nuraz, he has a little bit below average with his health bonuses. He's got good speed, so his damage is pretty bad, but he is gaining that 2 provokes per turn, and so that's keeping his average up there, and he's going to end up being number 8 on our list. Alright, at number 7. So if you're enjoying this video so far, please feel free to give it a like. Check out my other videos, other top 10 lists, and yeah, feel free to subscribe. So at number 7, we have Fro. Also, comment below if you think that Fro has a fro underneath that helmet. Maybe like a little carrot top going on here. Carrot Fro. So anyway, Fro is a very tanky character. She has a good taunt. She has a stun. She heals herself. The only thing she's missing is a little bit of dwarf synergy. But we'll take a look at her ability. Her special 1 is attack the target enemy for 250% damage and gain taunt for 1 turn and 1 stack of unbreakable. She's also, like I said, a very tanky character. Her passive gives her 15% max health and 10% armor, and she's then healing herself. So she's a good, solid tank. She does have the stun on her special 2. Alright, we'll take a look at her stats. Like I said, she's a little above average there with health. Speed, she is slower. She has pretty good damage. It's a little below, it's right there at average for our tank characters. And then she's got that average of 2 provokes per turn. So that is Fro at number 7. Okay, at number 6 we have Ugluk. Ugluk is an awesome character. He is going to be a all-around great character for you to upgrade in a lot of different ways. He brings a lot to the table, and he's going to be great for that Shadow campaign. Right off the bat, he's got a pretty good arena team for free-to-play players. So it's on this basic that he's gaining this his 2 stacks of Provoke, which is great. You know, every basic he's going to be gaining some stacks of Provoke. And he is another one of those very, very tanky characters. It takes a lot of hits to get him down. And then he's also got these really good, strong debuffs on his special abilities. He's got a blind and a disable. He's also got synergy with Malher. And then he's got this kind of cool built-in 25% block chance with his passive. He's got a good leadership for the Isengard squad. But yeah, he's bringing a lot to the table. The only thing that's keeping him kind of down on this list is his provokes per turn, as you'll see in just a second, is a little bit below average. So we'll take a look at his stats. All right, Ugluk, like I said, his health is great. He's one of the tankier characters in the game. Check out that speed. You know, he's gonna go right off the bat and flick that blind. That disable is coming up next turn. So he's got decent damage, but check out his provokes per turn. They are a little bit low, and that's mainly because his other 2 abilities are great and you're going to want to use them. So you're not always using his basic, and so for that reason he is going to stay at number 6. Okay, halfway there at number 5 we have Tordok. Now Tordok, he's a Misty Mountain Orc tank. Fits in well with that Bolg team. He is actually Bolg's personal bodyguard, as you'll see. And fun fact, Tordok, if you spell that backwards, it's actually Kodrot, which means absolutely nothing. So yeah, that's your fun fact of the day. So Tordok, we'll take a look at his taunt ability. It is the special one. It is a 3-turn cooldown, so that's great. He's gaining taunt. He's also healing himself for 12% of his max health. So that's really cool. Special 2, decent damage with debuff. And then his passive, so when a Shadow Leader ally drops below 50% health, gain 2 stacks of Provoke. So that's a little secondary built-in taunting action for when Bolg or Shagrat falls below 50% health. We'll take a look at his stats. So his health, right there, average. He has amazing armor, one of the highest in that game. He is a slower character, not much damage, but his provokes per turn is good, 2.2. That's the best we've seen so far. So that is Tordok at number 5. Okay, at number 4, this one may surprise you that she snuck up there so high. We have Liliel. And Liliel, I think, is a very slept-on character. She is an elf tank, and she's the only tank on this list that doesn't have a taunt or a provoke. So I'll show you what's going on there. This special 3, Woodland Light, heals self for 16% of this character's max health and gain 1 stack of Nimble. Grants stealth for 2 turns to all elf allies. So that's basically a built-in taunt. It's actually a little bit better than taunt because it's 2 turns. Yeah, so she's gonna hide everybody else on the team, and she's gonna be the only one that's able to be taking hits. So she is, for that reason, a pretty good tank. She's got a 25% block chance. She's also healing herself on that special 2. We'll take a look at her stats. All right, Liliel, she has okay health, a little bit below average. Her speed is a little bit below average. Damage output is not much. But her provokes per turn is the highest on this list. And so that, for that reason, she's coming in at number 4. Okay, at number 3, this guy should be familiar to you, and that is Halbarad. That's right. So he is a tank healer hybrid. Hint, hint, he was on our last top 10 list. Check that one out. So he's got a great heal. But he also has this special 2, attack the target enemy for 260% damage, gain taunt for 1 turn, and deadly for 2 turns. He's got some synergy with Miri and some synergy with other Ranger squad members. He's also gaining some health on his passive. Like I've said before, he's a great plug-and-play character. He's a tank, healer, 2-in-1 combo. So yeah, he's getting that taunt. He's going to heal up your team. He's healing up himself. He's got one of the highest health pools in the game. So let's take a look at that. So Halbarad, as you can see, his health with all his bonuses factored in is very high. His speed is a little bit below average. Damage pretty low. Check out that team healing per turn. And then his provokes per turn is a little bit lower than some of the other ones on our list, but he's bringing so much else to the table that is pushing him up to number 3. Okay, at number 2, we have Eothane. Eothane is an amazing character, really good tank, really good all around, good for your light squad team, good as a free-to-play arena character. You're going to be able to unlock him right off the bat, upgrade him. He's going to be really good when you're starting off the game. So his taunting ability is this special 1. Gain 4 stacks of provoke and grant 20% turn meter for all squad members. So that's huge. You can use this. Charlie, please stop. Charlie, no. So yeah, his special 1, Sentinel Stance, is his taunting ability. He's got gain 4 stacks of provoke and grant 20% turn meter to all squad members. So that's huge. You can use that right off the bat. It's a pretty good amount of stacks of provoke, and then you're granting turn meter to everybody, which as a turn-based game, that's huge. His special 2 is also really cool. He's attacking everybody and then gaining 1 stack of counterattack to all of his squad members. And yeah, he's a very tanky character. As you can see, he's gaining 20% max health on his passive. We'll take a look at his stats. Okay, like I said, he's up there with some of the highest in the game as far as health, speed, about average for a tank. Damage output is above average for a tank. His provokes per turn, yeah, it's not the greatest, 1.2 per turn, but he is giving you that counterattack. He's giving you turn meter. And he is a very tanky character. So yeah, that's Eothane at number 2. Alright, at number 1, guys, we have made it. Again, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoy this content. We're going to have more videos coming out, more top 10 lists. Don't forget, with this spreadsheet that you see in this video, I will be making this available pretty soon after I get done with my top 10 videos. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into number 1. Surprise, surprise, we have Eladin, the newly released elf tank. Eladin is just a great tank. I mean, he is one of the few true tanks in this game, and he actually has great damage output, and he just works so well in that elf team with Lord Elrond, with Arwen, and especially with Elra here. He's got great synergy with Elra here. And yeah, so let's take a look at his kit. Basic. I really like his basics because it's giving you a weaken for 1 turn, and weaken is reducing damage by 50%, which actually helps a lot. You wouldn't think it would be that good, but it helps a lot. So his special 1, Pride of Imladris. This is his taunting ability. Gain 3 stacks of provoke, 1 stack of regeneration for 2 turns, and grant deadly for 1 turn to self and 2 random allies. So he is going to be having a lot of buffs at all times, especially on that elf squad team, which is great because enemies are trying to dispel your buffs. You know, you might dispel a regeneration instead of your provokes. Also, as you can see with his special 2, attack all enemies 220% damage and gain 1 stamina for this ability per boon on self. Gain 2 stacks of provoke. So both of his abilities give him some stacks of provoke, which is great. It's keeping him the target for the enemy team. He's also gaining stamina for this ability per boon on self, and has so many boons all the time that it's very likely that you're going to be using this ancient skill over and over again. And it is an AoE attack, so his damage is going way up. And then on top of that, he has 70% chance to gain 1 stack of nimble every single turn. So there's been multiple times where I've had him with 2 stacks of nimble and like 3 stacks of provoke, like just stupid and just very annoying to hit and take out. He's just a great character. And he's good stat-wise too, so we'll take a look at his stats. You can see with his Elrond bonus, he's up to 27,000, which is above average. He's got good speed for a tank. He's got really good resistance, so that's great. That's going to be awesome for tanks because it keeps you from getting dispelled, from getting ability blocked, all sorts of things. Then check out his damage output is the highest of this top 10 list, besides our honorable mention. And then provokes per turn, 1.7. It's above average. Yeah, it's a little bit below than some of the other characters, but he is bringing so much else to the table. He's very annoying to hit. He is a good all-around tank. One thing I forgot to mention is that Elro here really pairs well with him, so you're going to want to use Elro here, and that is because every time an enemy attacks an ally with taunt, provoke, retaliate against that enemy, and then if that ally is Eladin, that retaliation damage goes up by 15%. There's also this Elven Vengeance here, so he's attacking the enemy for 4 times instead of 2 times, and that is really awesome. It's a great attack, provides a lot of damage to your team. So yeah, that Elf squad team is very strong, and Eladin is a great part of that, and he is the best tank in the game. So once again, I'll go through all of our top 10 lists with their stats, so you can see them all stacked up against each other. Noticeable, Liliel has the best provokes per turn, Halbrad has a great healing per turn, and then Eldon has a great damage output per turn. So that is it, guys. Let me know what you think about this list below in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like, give us a subscribe. More stuff in the future coming. This has been the top 10 tanks in the game. I'm Nelik with Nelik Mobile Gaming. Thank you for watching. Charlie, stop. Use this. Charlie, please stop. Charlie, no. This video. Charlie, stop. Stop. All right, at number